welcome to my Games Room Tour 2015 with a rather deflated seagull. So, what we got then? First of all, we've got my mini MAME arcade machine, brought back to life this year by Beeps. Big thanks to Beeps. Some classic Sonic 2 poster action. Got my Tarte screen set up from my Sega Saturn. We've got my consoleized MVS. And behind that is the scaler for the Sega Saturn. We've got a Q4 RAF arcade stick for the 360. B&O MX4000, fantastic TV. Behind the arcade machine is a Xbox 360. That's the main arcade inside. Keyboard. Not a great deal in there really. Then in this corner here we've got the Tower of Power, literally. And just round that corner is a multi-switch junction box type thingy for all my consoles. And this is my console cabinet. So I've got a modified Mega Drive, my original Mega CD, the Dreamcast which runs basically anything including CDRs. We've got the Slim PS2, we've got the PC Engine briefcase, RGB Amplify modded by Frederick. We've got a rather nice Super Nintendo which I very rarely play on. We've got my Matrix Skytronic SCART box, a Japanese Sega Saturn. Then we've got another TV, another CRT. It's a B&O again, it's an MX7000. Now this is getting quite tired and I've either got plans to replace it or just do something with that space. We shall see. Then we've got a games shelf containing games. Not a great deal of games. Basically just buy what I want to play. I've just rearranged them today actually, so we'll have a quick look through. These Dreamcast and Japanese Sega Saturn. And then on here we've got mainly PS2. And then lower shelf, got all my Mega Drive games, all my good ones on display. You can't really see, but behind are a selection of Mega Drive games as well. Some more on this side. And then up here we've got some PlayStation 1 games, Mega CD. In the case we've got my Sega Nomad and Turbo Express. And on the back wall we've got some artwork, all done by Matt from Soulfunk Retro. Then we've got my collection of MVS games. Could really do with bringing these out. They're just stuck behind the old Amstrad now. Brian, Where's Wally collection? Never really got off the ground with that, to be honest with you. Arcade sticks. And then this is pretty new to this year. It's my Amstrad 6128. It's running a Gotek drive. Again, big thanks to Beeps. I've got a Mega Drive 32X under there. Got the Mega Drive book, and a Sonic book, Master System converter. Then right in the back, you probably can't see, but I've got a boxed Asian Mega Drive, and I've also got a boxed Master System, which is very kindly gifted to me by Matt. Super Game Boy box, gifted by Pete on a retro tip. Sega sign. Then we've got a selection of boxes. In there's just a wooden console. PS Vita. And some nice artwork by Richard Turner, which I got last year. No, sorry, this year. This year, Play Black. Got a nice radiator. It's nice and toasty up here. I've got a little bit more artwork. And that is basically, spin back round, that is basically it. So with my 2 TV setup, I'll just show you. So at the minute we're playing Mega Drive. So I've got my my remote. So I've got PC Engine, consoleized MVS, Mega Drive, and then Super Nintendo, Super Game Boy, and then obviously I can have both TVs displaying the same picture. So just flick through that, and by the power of magic, okay, so we've got PC Engine on 1, 2 now we've got the Sega Saturn, 3 we've got Dreamcast, and 4 we've got PS2. I've also just turned on my little Tate screen just to show you that up and running. Mainly use that for the vertical shooters, the 2D vertical shooters on the Saturn. And that's a big screen. Again, I just flick through those. Up here we've got my stereo sound selector, chubby. Amplifier's not on at the minute, but I think I've got, let me think, I've got MVS, Xbox 360 and Sega Saturn. Michelangelo from back in the day. I've got my VGA switch box. I've got my Xbox 360 running through VGA and also the Sega Saturn coming from the scaler. So the Saturn's on. A minute, press 1, and that should turn on the Xbox 360. Now this screen is just mounted by this bracket, but it can be turned. I won't attempt it one-handed, but it does turn, it does spin, so I can play normal games on the 360. So I just thought I'd get this up before the end of the year. Always good for a reference for myself. I like to look back and see what changes have been made. I'm sure there'll be some more changes to come.